Hi guys, and welcome back to the BAM Famalam.
So today we thought we'd tell you about 10 Aussie animals that we get to see out in the wild.
About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions, we'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow, we can't miss out.
One of the most fabulous things about living in Australia is that we get to see all the wildlife. It's just incredible. So we're going to tell you about 10 of the animals that we get to see on a regular basis. The first one is the obvious. We get to see kangaroos and wallabies all the time, and it's just incredible. You can't beat seeing kangaroos in the wild, especially my favourite bit is when they like hop off, and they're so much faster than you'd expect.
Yeah, very quick. And they're a lot bigger than you think as well. Like
Yeah.
some of the kangaroos, they are a good 6 foot, so.
The male ones, and they look like they've taken steroids.
Yeah.
They're proper built.
They look like the Arnie of the animal world.
You wouldn't want to get involved with them in a punch-up.
Definitely not.
Not that I'd want to be in a punch-up with anyone or anything.
Well, maybe a punch up, they only got little arms, but not a kick off.
No, they'd kick you to death.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did go out once at Christmas and we was looking around and we actually found a kangaroo with a little roo in his pocket, her pocket,
With a joey.
with a joey in her pocket. And, oh, that's so cool. Next one on our list is echidnas.
We've only seen an echidna once in the wild. It was actually only a few weeks back, but we've seen one in the wild, so that's on our list now.
Welcome, echidna. So, if you don't really know what an echidna is, they look like a hedgehog, but a lot bigger.
Yeah, I didn't manage to capture the one that we saw in the wild because it happened so quickly, but I have got footage of echidnas so you can see what they look like. Now, we have managed to catch these on camera.
Yeah,
And
this is one of my favourite things. These are possums.
if you've ever watched Dame Edna, you'll be familiar with possums. And yes, you get to see them out in the wild, and they are beautiful.
Yeah.
Kind of like massive rats. I remember
When we first moved here,
we were at a restaurant and Ben's auntie shouted out that there was a rat.
yeah, she was like, "Oh, there's a giant rat going up that tree," and I was like,
We
"No,
should
that's a possum.
No, it was a possum.
No
Thanks,
giant
Auntie
rats."
Eve.
Yeah. And that definitely threw us because we wasn't here that long. We was only just moved over then. hadn't
Yeah. When you first saw a possum, you were in Dan Murphy's car park, weren't you? And you
we?
said
Yeah,
you
I was
thought
like,
it
"What
was.
the hell was that?"
You thought it was a rat.
I thought it was like a mutant rat because they're huge.
Yeah.
They're like, I'd say Cocoa Pop size.
But when you know, or maybe a bit smaller, when you, with the long tail too.
Yeah.
When you know it's not a rat, then you kind of feel a bit more affectionate
Yeah.
towards them.
But when you're like me and you have a fear of rats, you think, "Oh my goodness, the Godzilla of rats is coming for me."
There are a few birds that we've got on our list, just because we get to see them all the time and they're really beautiful. So the first one is the lorikeets.
These are really, really pretty. These are normally green, red, blue. Is it blue in there as well?
I think some yellow. They're stunning. There's loads that go hang out in our front garden. We've got a bit of bush down at the front of our front garden, and so they hang out there in all the native bush.
Yep.
The next bird on the list is the cockatoos, and often you can see 20 or 30 of them in one tree.
Yeah.
So that's really special to get to see. But to be able to see a cockatoo in your garden,
That's pretty cool. And you get two just main colours here. It's the black and the white ones.
yeah.
And both are stunning. I love waking up hearing the cockatoos. I don't know if you call it singing or It's definitely not chirping.
Also, the other bird that we get in our garden that is fantastic to see, and this is probably the one that makes me laugh the most, although I'm really annoyed because every time I get the camera out they always stop singing, is the kookaburras.
Yeah, I love the kookaburras. They actually sound like they're laughing.
Yeah, the laugh, it has me laughing.
Yeah.
So
I won't try and do an impression, but maybe Maz will find an audio just to put here, and then I'll do this. That's how a kookaburra sounds.
thanks.
They are pretty cool looking birds. They're a lot bigger than I thought as well.
One of the animals that we get asked about the most from our Australia videos is obviously snakes. Yes, we do see them in the wild. We don't see them every day. It's not something that's a regular thing for us.
No.
As I said that, I just sneaked around because there's a little bit of bush here. I just had a quick peek. Is that?
The thing is, you will see snakes if you're out purposely looking for snakes. If you leave snakes alone, they won't bother you. It's only a defensive thing if they ever want to attack. So just ignore them, let them do their thing.
Yeah, we do tend to come across them occasionally. We have had a few in our garden. Well, they're not something we see often. So, and if you do, you just keep your distance. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
One of the great things that you can do here, there is a snake ID page on Facebook, and you can get approved ideas to actually verify what kind of snake you've seen. And this is really good if there's been a snake bite. It's always good to take a picture of the snake so that you can get the right anti-venom and also know what you're dealing with. And also the other good thing to do is to keep the snake catcher's phone number in your phone, so that if you have an emergency with the snake, you can just call the snake catcher to help you.
So the next one on our list is bush turkeys. This is Maz's ultimate Australia animal. Out of all the things, the turkey is her favourite.
We used to, when we first moved over, we found it really funny because we would see them crossing at pedestrian crossings up in Noosa, and we just thought it was so funny to see a turkey crossing the road.
But yeah, you'll see bush turkeys everywhere, and yeah, they're pretty cool.
I guess it might depend where you were. Actually, we saw the first one in our garden last week, didn't we? We see them everywhere, but there seems to be a little bit few more around at the moment, don't there?
Yeah, I don't know if it's just because there's some building work and they're sort of getting pushed around a bit, but
yeah, it might be as well where we've not had any fires in the last few years.
Yeah,
I guess there's probably more wildlife around. It's been, I think it's 2 years next month since our last major one. So yeah, we've probably got a bit more wildlife around at the moment.
So the next one on our list is bin chickens.
I don't know what their actual name is, I can't remember. I do know there is a proper name for them, but bin chicken is the nickname. So they're white, they've got this massive black long beak, and they just go raiding for food.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, but
It's a
they're
bit
quite
like-
fun to see.
Yeah, it's like if you go down to the beach in the UK and you've got all the seagulls coming at you, that's what you'll get with a bin chicken.
Oh no, they don't come after you. They just
No, they go after your food.
Yeah, they want the food. They're not interested in the people.
Yeah.
They're not like a seagull that's gonna swoop and stuff. I don't think, can they actually even fly? I don't think
Yeah,
they can even fly.
Yes,
Oh, can they?
yeah.
Okay, my mistake. The next animal on our list is the blue-tongue lizards. There are actually loads of lizards that we get to see, but the blue-tongue lizard, the reason we mention that one is there was actually one on our doorstep.
When we first
Again-
moved into this house.
Yeah, not long after we moved here. It was down by the deck by our front door, and so I couldn't see its legs, and I thought it was this massive snake, and I screamed. I just collected the kids from school, and luckily there were two ladies standing at the bottom of our driveway chatting, and one of them, who was heavily pregnant, came and helped me and removed the blue-tongue lizard and told me what it was, and it had this massive blue tongue. Yeah, and legs, so it wasn't a snake, as I first thought.
Lucky for
When
me.
I first counted this, I thought it was 10 animals, but I've just noticed I've got 13, so you've got a bonus 3.
But really, we could go on and on and on with all the amount of animals. These are just the ones that we see.
Yeah, that we've
More
got
regular.
to see personally.
The next one on our list is dolphins. Now, these have got to be the most beautiful creatures in the ocean. And we get to see them in the wild, just doing their thing.
Yeah, they're friendly. Obviously, you don't touch them, but
Yeah,
they're
don't ever
friendly, they're fun.
Definitely don't go up to any of these animals in the wild and try and pet them or anything like that. You let them do their thing. But yeah, dolphins, they're amazing. If you go up to Tin Can Bay, it's the only one that I know of where you can actually go feed the wild dolphins, and that's a really, really good experience. It's very early, you got to do it.
It's very strict that you don't touch them.
Yep.
But there's a family of whales that, sorry, not whales,
dolphins.
a family of dolphins that arrive at this Tin Can Bay every single day to come and get their fish. They're not in captivity, so they're not forced to do anything for the public. These dolphins actually choose to come and get their fish every single day from members of the public, just giving them, but it is very strict that you don't touch them.
And what I've actually heard about these dolphins at the Tin Can Bay, once we've had this lockdown and they couldn't have all the visitors bringing like fish and stuff like that, they was actually starting to bring bits of coral and stuff like that into lands as a gift to get some food.
Yeah.
So it's a very intelligent animal. Moving on from dolphins, we move on to whales, and is another really cool animals in the ocean. They actually migrate up past us
once a year, and then another time of the year they migrate back down. We get the opportunity to see them twice. You just have to go to the ocean, look, and you'll be able to see whales. And you can see them from the beach.
But if you want a good close up, get a boat, go on one of the day trips. It's definitely going to be well worth your time.
Last but certainly not least is wild emus.
Yep, we've actually got these local to us as well in the wild, so it's crazy to think that they're just up the road, because you just think these are animals that you'd never see in the wild, but
yeah,
they're around.
And you definitely don't go up and pet an emu because they're not friendly.
No, they're very
unfriendly.
I was going to say aggressive. Just to cover that one.
But yeah, you may have noticed that the one Aussie animal that everybody thinks of we've not had on our list, which is koalas. The reason we've not got that on the list is we've never seen them in the wild.
Yeah, if we can't say that we've seen it in the wild, we can't put it on this list. So
yeah,
we know they're around. We've seen people on our local area pages and stuff like that that have posted they're in their gardens, but we haven't seen them. So sorry, koala, you're not on the list.
Lily's first school that she went to when we arrived here, they have koalas in the school grounds, and they would occasionally film the koalas coming out of the trees and put it on the school Facebook. So there are koalas around, but we've not actually seen any. It's one of our things that we would love to be able to see. We've got koala crossings locally, and we know there are koalas locally, but we've just not seen them.
Give us a huge thumbs up, hit that subscribe button.
See you next week.
Alright.
Ready? Okay.
No, good. So we'll put them in that category.
Or we'll just edit this bit out.
Whatever
It made no sense.
Yeah. Like normal. And that's triple O.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not. Oh my gosh. Don't. Snake catcher's number. Get one for where you live locally. Gosh, we're going to get sued.
Or if you listen to Ella, it'll be 911.
Oh, if you listen to Ben, we're going to get sued. Do you know, I never even thought about that. Why did the turkey cross the road?
To get to the other side of the junction.
Yeah, to get to the other side of Noosa Main Street. So, not COVID.
Not pleasant either.
No.
Moving on from Wales, the next one.
Dolphins. Moving on from dolphins.
Oh yeah, reverse that, turn it back and reverse it again. So, possums.
Beautiful. So.
I don't know what you're going to say.
Go on.
So with possums, I don't know if they are actually sitting in there, but waffly.
Waffly.
Maybe we should make the
Kinda like
kookaburra
that.
noise to get them doing it. Not
Go
now.
on, you go.
Not now, when
Go on,
you
Ben.
can hear them. No, that's not.
No.
I can't think what I sound like.
No.
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 No, give that a miss. Blooper.
Edit. I love them so much I make them dance.
Yeah. Dance for me.
I make them dance like robots.
Yeah.